Here we have the current stock market update for Dell Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker DELL. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comments section so that other traders will be able to find this information more easily on the platform. So as we can see here, the share price itself has seen some upward price movements. What we're looking at the moment is the daily price chart. And we will be zooming in a bit on this price chart. There was some fundamental type news today. Not exactly fundamental, more of just a simple news event, but there were some issues today that affected this stock. And as a result, we will be looking at some specific price levels, support and resistance zones, so that hopefully traders can identify some profitable trading strategies for this stock in the days and weeks ahead. So as we can see here, most of this upward price movement is now being sort of inspired or excited by the announcement that Dell will be included in the S&P 500. There were two stocks today that fell into this category. Palantir is another name that was also included into the S&P 500. And both of those stocks are moving higher. I just finished a video on Palantir. I suggest that people take a look at that stock as well because that stock is seeing a bit more upside price movement. But the question here really is, how sustainable will these price movements be? For the most part, this is sort of known information. It's not immensely surprising that companies like Dell or Palantir would be included in the S&P 500. They're both very strongly positioned within the AI space and growing, even to an even greater extent in that part of the market. So not a huge surprise here. And I do want to caution people against getting excessively excited about moves like this because a lot of this information is already priced in. This is really the type of event that can suck traders into buying in at really bad levels. So if you buy a spike high, and I think that Palantir probably is more vulnerable to a situation like that currently, because that move was about 10% to the top side. And if you start to buy in at these elevated levels, it's really a recipe for trading losses. So you really do need to wait for pullbacks and wait for the dust to settle and things like that. Just be a little bit more patient. And if you do see clickbait videos telling you to buy these stocks, just take a look at the track record that those people tend to have because it's usually very horrendous. So overall, the movement here in Dell Technologies has been positive. For the most part, we have seen upward price movements for most of the trading days so far. We're already starting to see a bit of a pullback here. I do want to take a bit of a longer term viewpoint though on this stock because this is not a name that's covered as often. I don't hear people asking about this stock as much, so I have to sort of give people what they ask me to do. Whatever the majority asks me to cover is what I tend to cover. But there was a news event today, so I wanted to make sure to at least address what's going on with Dell today as well as Palantir. So we'll sort of take a step back here and sort of look at the main price zones that should be watched here going forward, and then we'll see if this stock continues to make the rounds in the coverage here. So what we're looking at, near term is a price low coming in at 101.41. Of course, this is important because this does rest near that psychological level right around $100. And as things currently stand, share prices are starting to try to move back into the exponential moving average cluster. So remember, this is the daily price chart. So these moving averages tend to be more important on this time frame. I would argue that the daily moving averages are the most important moving averages because that's what the majority of the market is watching. But then second place would probably be the hourly moving averages. So as things currently stand here, the stock is attempting, as you can see, to break back into the exponential moving average cluster. We're trading right near this sort of flatlining blue line at the moment. This would be the 200-day exponential moving average. And then right above there, we have the 20-day exponential moving average. So we do have two EMAs that are sort of sandwiched together here. And share prices do need to break back above there in order for this stock to take pressure off of the downside. Given the fact that the movement here, if we just compare Palantir and Dell for a bit, because and the reason that I do that is because they're both being included in the S&P 500 today. I'm not saying they're the same types of company. I'm saying that the news event that's influencing both of these stocks is the same type of thing. this inclusion into the S&P 500. The overall price movement in Dell has been a bit less extreme when compared to what is currently being seen in Palantir. So if I had to choose a stock on a shorter term basis, it would definitely be Dell at the moment, for a few different reasons. One, that price movement has not been so extreme to the top side. It's a difference between roughly 4% in price spike versus 10% in price spike. And then in addition to that, as you can see here, Dell has really been trading under a fairly significant amount of selling pressure here, going all the way back to the highs at 179.70, which were generated during the May 29 trading session. Following there, we saw significant price gaps to the downside. And then share prices really did just collapse, from there all the way down to prior price lows, which came in at 86.93 during the August 7 trading session. So overall, this does look like a cheaper stock to me at the moment. If we were just going to compare those two stocks on that basis, I'm not saying they make the same types of products. They do not make the same types of products, but overall, the movement here has been less extreme. So if I had to choose between one of these two stocks for a near-term price movement to the top side, I would be looking at Dell at the moment rather than Palantir. I would expect to see more of a downside retracement in Palantir at the moment. But, in order for the upside momentum to start to become more forceful in this name, what we're going to need to see at the moment will be a break above these two exponential moving averages here, the 200-day and the 20-day. That would at least bring us back into sort of a neutral stance here, at least a period of sideways consolidation from the longer term perspective, the daily price chart, and then the main level to watch to the top side comes in at 117.72. If we can break above there, then I can fairly, then we're starting to look at a more bullish scenario here. From that point, the only real resistance that you would have to the top side would come in right around 122.50. This is a prior price low from July 18, as well as the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement of the declining move from 179.70 to 86.93. So if you are able to break above these levels here, and I do suspect that this will be the case for this stock, I'm actually starting to become more bullish on this name near term here. Because there's been a lot of share price destruction here, and I don't think it's really warranted. And ultimately, a break above this 122.50 level, it really does unlock movements to the top side, and that should start to see some significant gains for this for the share prices. So here we have the current stock market update for Dell Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker DELL. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market, lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.